Hi folks, welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch. It is a beautiful morning in the Ozarks. The sun is out, a little crisp in the air. It's supposed to warm up. And always remember, folks, that in the end, righteousness will win this war. I don't know how many of you saw it yesterday. It was going around a little bit on the internet. So I'm assuming some saw it. But after all this stuff going on with Trump, with, another attempted assassination, it looks like, now they're saying, well, maybe not so much. Who knows? The acting Secret Service director spoke. And, I'm trying not to read too much into this. I really am. I will... If I can edit down the clip long enough or short enough, I'll put it up here. But you have to be careful. You can only show so many seconds on YouTube before they do this copyright thing, and then they take the video off or whatever. So if I can make it work, I'll put the video up here so that you can see it. But if not, you can go probably like on X or whatever and watch.
There could be another geopolitical event that could put the United States into a kinetic conflict or some other issue that may result in additional responsibilities and protectees of the United States Secret Service.
Anyways, so the acting Secret Service director was talking about this, another assassination attempt, and then it was almost like he said too much. He said something to the effect, and I'm paraphrasing, that with the changing situations in the world, changing geopolitical whatever stuff going on, that there could be an event happening soon in the near future, and he was alluding to before the election, so that there could be this major global event that could happen in the near future that would change their ability to provide Secret Service, high quality Secret Service protection to Donald Trump. To my understanding, he's talking about that, if there was, I'm trying to put it in my words, if there was some big event, let's say nuclear war. Let's say there was a nuclear war and it got really bad, that their primary focus would be to protect the president, the current Joe Biden, and that there would not be enough resources to also protect Donald Trump. That's what it sounded like to me. Now, if you watch the video, I don't know, I'm not an expert on, facial expressions and all that kind of stuff, but it almost looked like he maybe realized he said too much or something. He kind of got a little bit, stumbled over his words just right after that. I don't know. Almost like that there's something to it. Now, I believe it was yesterday or the day before. Now, this video, I guess I should have said this before I started talking. This video is all like just conjecture. It's maybes, it's conspiracies, it's theories. But I believe it was yesterday or the day before, someone on X, Twitter, and I'll get to that here in just a minute, who it was, said that they had received intel from Washington, D.C. that the deep state plan was to either A, take Trump out, and if that didn't work, their only other alternative was a full-on World War III, direct confrontation, get something started with Russia. And while that sounds extreme, there are things that are starting to kind of look like this. So this guy's statement, it was almost like this warning that, just to let you know, there could be an event happening in the near future that would cause, us to not be able to protect Donald Trump anymore. I don't know. And then this long-range weapons thing with Ukraine. Ukraine has been begging for it. most of NATO's people are for it. You know, the United Kingdom's come out in favor of it. Canada's come out in favor of it. The NATO General Secretary himself has come out in favor of giving Ukraine long-range weapons and giving them our blessings to go strike. And then there's been little indications by, say, Anthony Blinken and stuff that the United States would support that. But we've not, the United States, Joe Biden, whatever, hasn't come out officially and said, okay, yes. It's almost like they're dragging their feet. Are they dragging their feet because they thought maybe Trump could be taken out, or they have a plan to do that? And if that just seems like it's a failed plan, then they're like, all right, plan B, we'll start a war with Russia, a real war. Not that they haven't already, but I mean a real war with Russia. I don't know. So the person that had posted that online making that claim, some of you are going to love me and some of you are going to hate me for saying this, is not always the most reliable. I used to listen to the guy years ago, but he's kind of gone off the deep end on things. I can't remember his actual name, but he goes by the Health Ranger. So I'm taking it with a grain of salt. And normally, if I saw his post, something like that, I may not pay much attention to it. But there are events happening, things that's happening that kind of possibly could fit into that theory. So maybe we're still in the maybe category, right? Nothing's confirmed. It's just maybe. It's a possibility, like many things are. But this one may have a little bit of weight to it. I don't know. I mean, just because someone is known, I mean, it's kind of like Alex Jones, although Alex Jones is right somewhat often. But there are other people that are like that just, you know, spin some pretty extreme conspiracies, but occasionally they are quite right. And I don't doubt that they have some level of connections. And I only say that because, you know, and that's assuming that they're not, you know, controlled opposition. Let's just assume that they're not controlled opposition. Let's assume that they're legitimate, who they are. I mean, I'm small fry compared to all those people. I'm super small fry compared to the Health Ranger and Alex Jones and all those guys. But even with my channel, I get people contacting me from time to time that produce pretty verifiable credentials to prove who they are. Ask me to, you know, not tell who they are, but just for me personally, this is who I am. And these are people, I've had people that, you know, are very high-ranking police officials. I've had government officials. I've had FBI. I've had Secret Service, DHS, military, current sitting. I've had high-ranking, like colonel and above, that work in the Pentagon that are able to produce enough evidence, you know, credentials to that I believe that that's who they are, and give me information. It's not always information that I use, but they give me information. And I'm small fry. Now, this doesn't happen often, but I mean, I've been making videos for like 7 years, so, you know, 6-7 years. So it's happened a few times. So somewhat on that scale, could it happen often? Yeah, certainly. So it's not outside the realm of possibility. But going back to, you know, what I was originally getting at is that there is indication that it's maybe there really is a, you know, even though we've talked about and stuff, that there's definitely a government plot to start World War III soon. And it's like they're poking the bear, literally and figuratively. And I think personally that the situation is probably a lot worse than anyone really understands. Even myself. I think that the government and the media is doing their best to try to hide the truth of how bad it is. because they don't want, I've said this for years, they don't want the people to panic. A lot of people think, oh, they want it to be chaotic. They want the fear. They want the, confusion and all that kind of stuff. But they don't want people to go into a full-on panic, because then they're just like wild cattle stampeding and it can't be controlled. They want to keep control over. So they want to keep people right on that edge, but not quite there. So I suspect there's a lot of bad stuff that's being withheld from the American people, meaning it's worse than we think. And if you just look at little indicators, I think it shows that. So, we're 50 days out from the election, and if all of these theories are true, then that means we've got less than 50 days before Civil War or World War III potentially. And that's kind of scary to actually put that kind of timeline on. And like I said last night's video, it's don't take that fear and let it run away with you. You take that fear and use it as motivation, as something to push you. Because right now we need to be pushed. Right now we're getting down to the wire. And we need to be getting ourselves ready. Folks, it's time to get your houses in order and prepare mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.